I have Chief Bode George join us for this conversation. Thank you very much for giving us your time tonight. You have repeatedly asked for the resignation of Atiku. Now that has happened, but people have said that with the coalition, it was expected, it was going to happen, but not now. Did you expect it now? And are you satisfied that he has finally left the party?
It's a double-edged sword for me. He's a very good friend of mine and a founding member of the party. And I feel heartbroken when I read it, not because it's going to have any effect on the party. You know, in life, you know, you don't think too much about yourself, especially if you are going into public domain, public office. You think more about the people. What has happened now, what he did, is a confirmation of the rumors that have been raging the whole country. What are you, the comments and the reason he gave are not admissible. You know, last convention we had, he contested. We have a procedure in the party. Once you have a public position in your zone, you spend 8 years for it, and then it comes down to the other zone. And so we said, look, Buhari came from the north, and he ruled Nigeria for 8 years. So you cannot contest. Somehow, there were a lot of manipulations and all this, and that's the beginning of the crisis of our party. Now, hearing today that is going, and the reasons adduced by him are completely unacceptable. You know, in future, people will look at it and call it existential imbecility or existential docility. What are you looking for? It confirms now that because if he remains in the party, he cannot get the ticket.
But
because the South
I'm sorry to interject,
must continue to have that ticket as far as yes.
I'm sorry to interject, but as I'm listening to you, it's sounding like, you know, you don't seem to get the optics. The man, the vice president, former vice president, hasn't ever hidden his ambition to be president. And half the time, when he moves party, it is because he wanted to push forward his presidential ambition. So his leaving now shouldn't be a surprise, should it?
Listen, no. That is not what you expect of a civilized individual. The corporate interest of this country must be much higher than your personal ambition. For God's sake, I tried to be chairman of the party. I didn't win. They manipulated it. I didn't leave the party. It's not everything that you personalize and you want that you get. Wait for your time. 2027 to 2031 will still be the South by PDP to present a presidential candidate. After that, it will be the turn of the North. We are saying, by you coming, the last time you contested the 2023 election, we said no. They manipulated it. It was the beginning of the crisis. So when the elders came out and said, no, you cannot undermine the constitution of the party, because that's our grown norm. Now you have proven to everybody that you are more interested in becoming a president. Wait for your time. And you are a founding father of this party.
Not to trivialize, Chief, not to trivialize the matter, but I mean, you consider his age and you know time is of the essence. He has been patient for quite a bit. But let's move this conversation a little further and look at the implication for the People's Democratic Party.
No.
Are you
don't
worried?
say he's been patient.
I'm sorry to interject, sir. Are you worried that his leaving will impact, you know, bigger names to want to exit the party, as we have seen in recent time? And to add to that, what would be the impact on the party generally?
You know what? In our party, the People's Democratic Party, those old men who sat back thought, first of all, how do we save this country? How can our country move from just being a country to a nation? They sacrificed a hell of a lot. They proposed a lot of fundamentals. Because young lady, let me tell you what had happened. The First Republic collapsed because you had the majority holding power and minority tribes just mere onlookers. The Second Republic, the same. So these old men came together and said, look, what can we do to ensure that every Nigerian, whether you are a minority tribe or a majority tribe, will have a sense of belonging to this party? Now, if it is his inordinate ambition perpetuating the need for him to contest, we can't stop that. And that is why he's moving from one party, another party, another party, because in our party, it is stipulated. There are norms.
Chief, I want to ask you one particularly sensitive question,
follow the procedure as laid down.
One particularly sensitive question. Is the PDP not complicit in, you know, he goes, he comes back, you accept him, he goes, he comes back. His antecedents already shows that there's a likelihood if he comes back and decides he wants to pitch his tent with the PDP, will the PDP open up its doors for him to come back to the PDP? Do you expect him to do that one last time?
You know what? A political party never shuts its own doors. If he had committed a crime that he was expelled by the party, that would have been an issue for consideration. He left on his own. It's like a police station. They don't shut the doors. If he comes back again, you remember now what he did? He went to his own word to resign. When he comes back, he will go back to his word to re-enter the party. And the laurels that he had enjoyed in the past cannot automatically come to him. He will have to wait for a long time to get back to the level where he is. Your father's house, the house you built, because of personal ambition, you head him back out, that you must contest. You must contest. And life is not like that. It is not yet time for the party to go, for the presidential candidate of our party to go to the north. General Buhari just finished,
I'm still concerned
and he handed over
that
to a southerner. The PDP has enough people in the south who can run this country for the next 4 years, and they will make sure that this nation is better managed. It cannot be you perpetually. I feel really hurt by his moving and moving. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Let him calm down. Let him repair the house. Let him join hands with the remaining founding fathers. Did you remember? Yes. Did you remember what happened to Papa Elese Kweme? He was the convening authority. He contested 2 times. He lost.
All right, Chief, to be honest with you,
that this party grows.
I am concerned that you are worried about the fact that Atiku is making this decision. But let's move a little away from Atiku and talk about his reasons for leaving the party. He said irreconcilable differences, that the PDP is moving from the ideals of the party. What is your party going to do as a matter of urgency to get the party back on course so you can make a formidable standing in 2027?
Are you saying because he made that statement is legitimate? You know, any organization anywhere in the world, young lady, will have crisis. And I told you how the crisis started. Some of the people who had gone with him were part and parcel of those who manipulated the presidential Congress that we had, the convention. Now, we are looking the ability of the managers of the party to close the doors, speak to yourselves, you debate, you discuss, and come to a resolution will be a measure of your competence. It's not every time. Do you have any company that doesn't have any crisis? And if every time you keep moving away from it, how would it stabilize?
You say yourself that the party is a vehicle. A party does not close it. Anybody. You said it yourself that the party is a vehicle, that the party has to deliver certain promises. Over time, the PDP continues to see internal crisis and infighting. Right. We just had your national secretary validated just a couple of days ago.
Okay. Validating him, does that mean we are not resolving the crisis?
You are.
We are having a NEC meeting next week. They needed to have his signature. He's been back. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. That is the essence of working together. It's not a private fiefdom of anybody. The fact that you are able to sit down, to discuss, and come out with a resolution is your competence, a measure of your competence. That you can, if you are able to manage such crisis in your party, then if you get out, Nigerians will trust you that you can make make amends and resolve the crisis of this country. If not, if everybody keeps moving because you want one position, you know what they call that? It's an existential imbecility. It is utter nonsense. I am pleading with my brother. I'm pleading with him. Let him look back. Look, by 2027, he's going to be 81 years old. Why can't he wait? Why can't he just, he'd be number 2 in this country? That's a privileged position. What are you looking for? You think the PDP has collapsed? Iroko political party can never.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
Because of the way it was designed, the way where every Nigerian. No, I'm being very frank with you. We'll meet next week. We will continue. Wait until the time for campaign.
All right.
All these issues you have raised, we will make sure we convince Nigerians. And
I'm sure Nigerians, as much as we're worried about what's happening with the PDP, Nigerians do wish the party well, that they come back with force. Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much for obliging us tonight. We appreciate your time.
Don't worry, young lady. You will see us back in our full steam. This Iroko tree cannot go under and will not go under because of the ambition of one individual. Never. I can tell you that. We are solidly on ground. And we are going, you will see when we come out of our convention and the next convention we will have the proper people we will be able to present an acceptable, manageable, experienced leader from the
right,
South.
Chief. We really have to
with Bola Tinubu.